Welcome back to another Rockford CCG versus Series battle. Game 2 between myself playing Cassie Cage and Nathan Haffey playing Elena. I took down game 1 with a really nice string at the end of the game. Was able to put Nathan away. And let's see if Nathan can bounce back and force a game 3. I am going second. Elena is probably looking to do a like 3 or 4 build, including her face down. She is going to look to really pressure me early on. Cassie's more of a mid-range um, deck. She can burst damage though in some instances. That White House he builds on turn 1 can cause problems because I do play in this version of Cassie quite a bit of actions. So let's see if I can somehow work around it. I have no asset hate in the deck, but building those Radical Edwards there, I'm able to commit anything he has with any type of keywords, assets, or foundations. So we were able to get a 5 build up, which is pretty nice. We're hoping that he doesn't have a giant attack string here. His deck does draw a lot of cards. So he opens with Straight Arrow. It is able to fish for an attack if he's able to get one. So we're going to hope for the best and see what happens. He stuns me. I commit the White House with Radical Edward in case he has like a folktale storyteller, or if he has any other way, or maybe a Deforester is able to snap down somehow. We use Cassie's Enhance. We're looking to at least set up our block check if we need. That Sense of Morals is going to be really nice. We're going to wait and see what happens. Well, he fishes out a ranged attack, so he has the Chirito going into hand, maybe? Oh, no, he takes the Bowflame. That's going to prolong his attack string. He's able to, and if he fishes checks an attack while he's discarding cards with that, he's going to be able to draw a card and get +1 to his next check. We're going to block with a Nutcracker, using Shadow Inheritance to make the check easier, and we pass it. And we breaker to him to hopefully stave off this the attack. So he's gonna do really well, and he's going to play Push the Limit to burn the breaker, and then he plays the Bowflame. He's really going deep on turn 2. He's not gonna be able to kill us, but we're gonna try to tap down as much of his staging area with those Radical Edwards as possible. He gets damage with Elena. Elena's Enhance says that she gets 1 damage for every symbol she shares on the attack, and he does use the Bowflame Enhance, draws a card, and gets +1 to his next check. So we take the damage and see what happens. He plays that. It's a good call on committing the White House, because he did have Folktale Storyteller in hand, so he's able to drop it down. So luckily, we're not gonna get punished too bad for only having 1 card in hand. Well, spoke too soon. He's gonna rip a Shield Ram, and he's gonna get some free damage. Checks for Elena's speed. Elena's speed enhance is gets +X speed with the block mod, and we're lucky he does not chaining Shield Rams there. Sorry for that. So we're down to 16. We're going into our turn 2. Let's see if we can make somewhat of a push into that 34 health booty. We know that he's going to try to set up the Chirito. We do go into Deadlock a lot in this deck, just because we have no way to really destroy foundations. That's something that I've been thinking about putting into the deck. But, because right now we are sitting at 9, and at least Cassie's Enhance pitches 1 up to the card pool. We don't have to bring 1 down, but it is something that we do need to be very conscientious about, because we do not want to get that unblockable multiple damage stuff, because, yeah, it's just ridiculous. Oh, there's a Chirito. Let's see here. Like the TK Mastery is useless in this part right here. We go ahead and commit the White House so he doesn't draw any cards on any type of like quick flash down cards. Thinking about maybe using Cassie. We do have low blocks for the Chirito at least, so that's a plus. He's probably not going to multiple one it. He wants to try to get the full damage value of it. So, and we had the block anyway, so, and he wants to save it for the deadlock. And he leads up with Bowflame. One cool thing about Nathan's deck is that as a five-hander, he draws an insane amount of cards in this deck. Just between Straight Arrow, Bowflame, Shield Ram, and with Elena's Enhance, they can hit pretty hard. About 1 to 2 extra damage, so you're looking at like 4 to 6. But then they're also coming out with just massive amounts of speed because he does have large block mods on his cards. He did hit the Bowflame Enhance, so we're seeing what else he has. No actions can be played. Not that it matters, because I probably wouldn't play an action anyways with White House on board, unless I absolutely need to. Well, direct hit, and he said this is part of the meme that is realized is direct hit with fighting for Wily. So it's always gonna be able to hit. Like his shield rams will always hit for sure. He's just trying to just memery, I guess, is what he said. So, and we are now looking at a season guide into Seraphic Wing. Probably commit the commander. Yeah, because we don't none of our stuff flipped. We are now technically at 10. We're sneaking really close into deadlock, especially with his 2 momentum. We really need to be safe on what we play. Foundation wise, they have to be premium foundations. So we're scoping our hand out, looking at the top 3, see if we even take anything. The Bebop Blues would be good against Elena. He doesn't have any action cards in the deck, obviously, because he has White House, but if he uses Elena 3 times the same enhance, then we can commit her, which is fine. Probably really didn't need to take anything, to be honest. We probably should have just left everything on top, so we can skirt in and out of deadlock easier. He goes for the full block on Breaker 1, blocking the Seraphic Wing. And another thing too, the Nutcracker versus female matchup is unbelievably sad because you don't get the extra 4 damage, so you really have to work hard to get your damage in. It's not just free as day damage. So we're gonna draw that Sense of Morals that we knew that was there. Instead of making a check with the Sense of Morals to blind draw, but probably should have played that out better. Cassie stats for damage. Checking discard pile for anything. Even though, I think Nathan's in a very, very good spot right here. You even have the low block for it, which is pretty crazy. So we're going to Shadow Inheritance it to make it 1,000,000. He fails. He takes some damage. So we finally got in there. Sense of Morals. To replace the Sense of Morals we put up. Trying to figure out progressive difficulty. Badoosh. Definitely going to see what else we can play out there. We know that the TK Mastery in our hand and on our board are pretty much dead because if he's gonna kill us, he's gonna lead with a Dark Chirito, just so he can't use the abilities. We have 1 momentum to stop like an action card if he plays anything, which he hasn't shown any action cards in game 1 or game 2 so far. So I don't know if that's even going to come into play. We do have the not over till you die. So if we're able to set up some type of draw with a Demon Realm Awakening, but it's -4 to the check, so it's going to be pretty sad. He has to do a cycle, but we are sitting at 6 + 5, 11 foundations, which is really bad. If you're going to go into deadlock, you really just want to push all the way into deadlock and not worry about it. But he's building a Deforester, which actually is pretty good in this deck because if he builds his face down, if he builds attacks face down, he's going to be able to destroy those face downs and put a card face down. And if, say, like he commits one, he can destroy it. If it's a non-foundation card, he can put a foundation face down and kind of help buy back a foundation or two as he does it. So he just builds and passes. I have a feeling that we may need to kill him here just because he only built and he's probably holding a Chirito. But we'll have to see. You got high C's, which is really good in this matchup because if he tries to play a Chirito, we can high C's it. But we're just keep building foundations, so we're totally all the way into deadlock. Let's see if he hits a missile launcher or which I don't think he has missile launcher in this deck, but we'll see. Fighting for Wily. So the other part of the meme is complete. So he's able to snap down foundations if he needs to. Then he's playing a straight arrow. He's attacking very weird. So there he goes. He's using Deforester to destroy a committed foundation to get a face down that's ready, and then he can also activate White House, and then he can draw 2 cards off of that. So the meme is almost complete. We're going to Cassie in Sense of Morals. We're going to try to set up some checks. We'll get a 3rd Shadow Inheritance. So we have currently -9 to our block mod now. So he's using Fighting for Wily. He's pitching it from his card pool, and then if he deals damage, he gets to build the Fighting with Wily. With the direct hits, he's able to make it deal at least 1, which is what he's doing right there. So he's going to be able to build that Fighting for Wily. We're going to try to tap down more of his board. Let's see what else happens. He's going to mill for straight arrow. Does not get arranged. But I also think, I have a sneaking suspicion he's just trying to fish out blocks for his Chirito upcoming. And then I use Demon Realm Awakening on the block. Get -3 to my block mod. So even with -4 to the check, it's not that horrible. I'm still able to pass it and remove it to get an attack. Take 1 damage. And I think this is the point where I reversal him with Splat for no apparent reason. I should have just held the block in hand. I needed some vitality and to make sure my next card doesn't count towards progressive, just to guarantee the next block. Just because we are sitting at 8 currently. No, that is 18, 19. Yeah, 8. So basically anything he can throw at me can pretty much kill me, especially like a Chirito. There's the Chirito. I need to be able to read cards better because I believe he says Deadlock in hand. Let's see, I flash this one. I block with I block with a low, and I should have just ate this because I think I don't die off of this. And then he slaps down his next card. As you can tell, the time's running out. He slaps down his next Chirito, and even with multiple twos, still kills me. He just makes him unblockable, and he wins because even though I don't have enough blocks in my hand for it. So thanks again for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode.